The hardest worker in the room may not be aging strongest. Has it ever occurred to you? You've trained hard, you eat well, and you've given everything you had. You've done the work, and quietly your body has not returned the favor. Stay with me until the end, because there is something the fitness industry has never explained to you about why this happens. Hi, I'm Thien. I work with high-achieving women who have spent years doing all the right things and watching their body refuse to cooperate. What I am about to share is something I've only learned through over a decade of doing this work, first on my own body and then with women across 8 countries. And I will tell you now, this conversation is not happening anywhere else. So if you are new here, welcome. You are in on a treat, because the question I'm asking on this channel are not the ones the industry will ask. Let me show you what almost no one is showing you. Few months ago, I opened my water bill. It was 35 bucks, slightly higher than the usual. It was so easy to dismiss. Easy to file as nothing to concern about. You know, the last time I did that, I ignored a slightly higher bill for months. It was only over 10 bucks. And there was a pipe underground that had been leaking the whole time. Quietly, invisibly. And I did not notice. By the time I caught it, the bill was 600 bucks. A small leak had become an expensive one because I had chosen not to read the signal when it was still small. So this time I put the bill down. I walked outside and I watched the meter. The dial was moving and no tap was on. So I knew the leak was already there. The danger of a small signal is not that it is hard to see. It is that it is so easy to dismiss. Now think about it. Doesn't this happens for us as well? The afternoon crash, the sleep that does not quite rejuvenate, the weight that holds on despite the effort, and the week that you snap at someone you love. And you have been telling yourself these are hormones, these are just how things are, these are just life. But what if they are not? What if they are simply the dial moving quietly while you are not watching? Here is what I have watched happen over a decade. 2 women, same age, same starting point, same effort. 5 years later, one is stronger than she has ever been. The other is more tired than ever. The difference between them had nothing to do with how hard they worked. It had everything to do with where they actually were when they began, and whether anyone bothered to look. There is something the body has to move through to age strong. A sequence, 3 phases, in order. You cannot skip them, you cannot reverse them, and you cannot stay in the ones that you prefer. And here's the part that should disturb you. Almost every program sold to women, every challenge, every 12-week reset, every transformation timeline is built for one phase only. Usually the hardest one. The one your body cannot even respond to if the phase before it has not been done. So you joined the program, you gave it everything you had. 6 weeks later, you wonder why your body did not change. Or you saw a change and it went back to where it was shortly after. It was not the program. It was not your discipline. It was where you were standing when you started. Now, I'm going to walk you through what those phases actually are. And you are going to know by the end of this video which one you have been living in. There is a phase before the work begins. And almost every woman I have worked with has skipped it. Not because she was lazy, but because nobody told her that she needed to do that. And here is what I want you to sit with. If your body is running on poor sleep, elevated stress, food eaten between meetings, and an emotional weight that you have been carrying for years, What does it mean to add hard trainings on top of that? Take a moment with that question. Because the body cannot tell the difference between gym stress and life stress. To the body, it is all the same load. And when you push training onto a body that is already running on borrowed resources, the body does not get stronger. It does the opposite. It holds on to the weight. It refuses to recover, and it keeps you tired no matter how much sleep you get. It quietly takes everything you give it and stores it as conservation. Because conservation is what it has been doing all the time. You have not been failing your training. Your body has been reacting to the training. This is the phase that nobody teaches because there is nothing to boast about. Just the work of finally letting the body exhale. I've watched women come in after years of programs, years of effort, real money spent, almost no return. And within weeks of doing this work, the body that had refused to move for a long time started responding. Not because we gave them something new, but because we finally gave the body what it has been asking for the entire time. And this is phase 1. I call it stabilize. Almost nobody starts there. So question for you. If your body has been perceiving every workout as another demand, what has the hard work actually been building? Next. The next phase is where the work finally compounds. And it is the most popular phase. And it is the phase that most women chase after without ever completing the one before it. Here's the difference. In phase 1, the body starts responding. Things begins to move. But in the phase that comes next, the work compounds. Strength improves. The body responds to what you are giving it. The training stops draining you and starts building you. And this is where change actually happens over a time. But here is the part that I want you to hear carefully. This only works when the floor underneath has been built. If you have been training hard and getting nothing back, I want you to consider something honestly. What if you have not been building? What if you have been spending from an account that was never funded? This is what most women have been doing for years, and then concluding their body is broken when the deposits never show up. Once the floor is built, this phase becomes something entirely different. It is not a sprint, not a 6-week challenge. It is a commitment between you and your body, where you get to ask a little bit more of yourself and having the body to hold it. This compounds, and every year you stay in it, your body adds to itself instead of subtracting. And this is phase 2, and I call it build. And this is not the entry point. This is the second floor. The women who are genuinely strong at 55 are not the ones who push the hardest in their 30s. They are the ones who built the floor and then stayed long enough to build the second one. The last phase is the most crucial. In this phase, you are not chasing anything. You are not in pursuit of a physique transformation. You are not waiting to arrive somewhere. You are already in the body that you built. And the work has become something else entirely. It is not maintenance. Maintenance is doing the same thing forever and hoping the results stays the same. This is different. This is mastery. Same work, execute with more intent, designed to keep expanding what is possible. The women who reach this phase are doing the work with precision. Every movement has a purpose. Every choice is layered on years of work that come before it. And the body keeps responding because every input is intentional. This is phase 3, and I call it sustain and expand. Hey, listen, I appreciate you. And if you're watching this and something I've shared is resonating with you, I want to ask you to do 2 simple things. First, hit the like button because it tells YouTube that this conversation matters, so it can reach more women who feel stuck in their body, their energy, and their consistency and think that they are the problem. And second, subscribe, because on this channel, I'm going to talk about things that most people don't explain clearly. How to build strength without burning yourself out. How to lead your body instead of fighting it. And how to stop relying on willpower and start creating consistency that actually lasts, and how energy, identity, physiology quietly shape the life that you're living. So if you are someone who's tired of trying harder and ready to understand your body and yourself differently, then this channel is for you. So go ahead, like and subscribe. And now back to the video. You do not arrive at this phase by accident. You design it through everything that you did before. And here is what most women never realize about these 3 phases. They are not a ladder that you climb once. They are a cycle. Every time you grow stronger, every time life shifts, and every time you raise what you are asking of your body, you re-enter the cycle. You stabilize at a new level. You build from a new floor, and you sustain and expand from the new height. That is how you stack a decade of progress instead of a year of effort. This is the work I do with my clients, and we are not chasing 6-week version of you. We are building the next decade of you, one cycle at a time. So now you have heard about the 3 phases. 3, in order and no skipping. But here is the question I want you to really sit with. How do you actually know which phase you are in? Most women are convinced that they are in phase 2 because they are training. They are trying to get somewhere. Or they think they are in phase 3 because they have been doing this for many years. But the body is telling a different story, and almost no one has been taught to read what it is saying. The afternoon crash, the injury that keeps coming back, the same food that sits differently in your body 3 years ago, the work that is harder, and the skill that is moving the wrong way. These are not random. This is your body sending you a signal. And almost nobody is teaching you how to read them. You cannot read a label from inside the jar. And I will tell you this honestly. Underneath these 3 phases, there is a deeper sequence. The phases breaks down further. The signals get more specific. And there's a specific place every woman needs to start. But that is a much longer conversation, and it is not a today conversation. Today, the question is much simpler. Where is your body actually starting? Not where you wish you were, not where the last program told you should be. Where is it today? Because once that question gets answered honestly, what to do next? Stop being a guess. So before you go, I want to leave you with this. If you went and checked your meter right now, not the water meter, but your energy meter, what would it actually say? A small signal you have been telling yourself that is nothing. The tiredness that you decided is just how the stage of life is. The result that you stop expecting because you have been waiting too long. That is the signal, and it has been there the whole time. Now imagine, 5 years from now, you have been in the right phase. Stabilize, build, compounding. You wake up at 50, 55, 60, and your body is not the limiting factor of your life. The energy is there. The strength is there, and you're not negotiating with your body to keep up with the life that you're actually living. That is not aspiration. That is what happens when the sequence is right. You do not need to know everything. You just need to know which step is next. If something in this video shifted how you see your own situation, I want to invite you inside my Peak Performance Challenge. 3 days, we find out where you are actually starting. We stop guessing and we build from the real ground, instead of from someone else's plan. The link is in the description. I would love to see you there. And before you go, drop a 1 or a 2 or 3 in the comments for the phase you think you are actually in, and I'll read every single one. And thank you for watching today's video, and check out these 2 videos that are in my channel, and I will see you in the next video.